So we heard back from Oceanside, and they said they don't want us in the front unit. They want us in the back unit. We don't want to go in the back unit. So I told them, like, hey, the way the current deal stands, we're not going to that back unit. And they're like, all right, well, let's see if we can make it work from a financial standpoint. So now where we are is we're going back to them with a deal in terms of what we think for the build out cost is going to be and the TIs that we're actually going to need. Here's the thing, we got a pretty big TI allowance, but the unit to get it move-in ready for us is going to eat all that TI allowance. The reason we don't like the back is there's no frontage and it's like impossible to find the building. So why are we going to go back to a place like that unless the deal is amazingly good? Frankly, even if the deal is amazingly good, it's still going to be tough to justify. How could the children read if they can't even fit in the building, you know? So where does that leave us on the deal? We asked for an increase in the tenant improvements. We plan to spend a lot on the building in the build out because it needs it. But then when there's unused TIs, we credit that towards FF&E at $5 a square foot so we can use some of the money to purchase our equipment and some free rent. So now you basically are structuring a deal where you're getting your FF&E funded. You have help there, so it's lessening your startup capital. But then you're also buying yourself time from a build-out standpoint because that 0 to 100 members or whatever your break even is your do or die point. If you mitigate some of the costs using free rent so you're not paying right from day one, that can be really beneficial, and it might be something that gets us enough over the hump because eventually referrals are going to start happening, word of mouth is going to get out there, and you'll start to get some momentum as a result. But going from like dead stop into building something, it's a formidable opponent. I did my first time shopping groceries online. I put my grocery list together and I just bought it on like Ralph's because Trader Joe's doesn't have it yet. And somebody delivered it to my house for like $10. And I was like, it's usually probably a 2-hour round trip between parking and all that stuff. I'm like, you got to look for all this stuff. I'm like, what was I thinking? Why don't I just do that all the time? Content wise, I've got a pretty interesting lineup. I get a lot of the modern wisdom stuff, the Dry Creek Wrangler School. I've been following him since he was like 100,000 subscribers. And seeing him on Modern Wisdom is pretty sick. Then you've got Sam Sulek, who I don't watch a lot of right now, but I know he's out there. Alex Hormozi stuff. Dan Martell's stuff. One amazing show that's no longer happening called Ecom Soup, all about building ads and scaling that. A bunch of random like media buyer stuff. A lot of the stock classics. Watch some Peter McKinnon. Is that his name? Just random like branding videos. You just turn your commute into something that just now becomes your time to consume really actionable ideas and content. Just get exposed to things. The algorithm just keeps it up right in front of you. It's freaking dope. What are we doing here? Why are we sitting here filming this and talking? Well, what I'm thinking about doing is stitching together these clips of me talking right to the camera. This is my A-roll. Then I'll use like some of the training as sort of B-roll and kind of lay it over the top. Because it's just, I'll just see if that format works, but so much of the other stuff that I've been working on and making is like, you got to so focus on writing and scripting, and it's like really heavily produced. I'd love to see if I could get a bit more natural kind of flowing conversation and keep it just like part I'm recording thoughts and talking through things. And the other part is just fun to throw a video on, listen to somebody kind of talking about interesting things. It's not like so scripted. At least I enjoy that. If it's well done, maybe there's some consistent threads that I can tie in here. It's almost like you feel like you're lifting with your buddy and you're just sitting here on the bench with me. Plus, even just learning about video production and stuff like that, like the depth of field in this shot, or how much space there is, and the natural lighting where this is just all sunlight that's just hitting me from the garage door opening. Just kind of learning by doing. We're working out together kind of thing. But we're also just talking about life and business and family and relationships. Let's see what it looks like in the edit, though. That's the thing. Sometimes you write a song, you think it's really dope, and then you come back next day, you're like, dude, this is whack.